Welcome, Masego.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here on my channel. My home is in Africa. What I'd like us to talk about, children and their parents, especially when children leave high school and they go to university. I've had a situation where most of my friends are complaining that they kind of tend to lose control of their children. And so the reason why I have chosen you in this debate or in this conversation is because you seem to have gone through the phase. You've passed through this phase of university. You're now working as a lawyer, so maybe you will be able to understand the situation as a child. And me talking from the parent viewpoint, it will be a very good conversation, because then we'll be able to share ideas and you'll be able to maybe give me solutions, because I tend not to understand. Most of my friends are saying they're losing control, they don't know what to do, because these kids now, they leave home, they go to varsity, they go to raise, which is residence, and they want to party all the time, they want to start drinking, and these are not the values that the parents instilled in them when they were still at school. So what do you say about that? What is your take? Or what's your advice to me as a parent or somebody who's got friends who are going through this phase? What do you have to say about it?
As a parent, you can only love and let them go.
Okay.
You need to come to terms with the fact that, yes, this person will always be your child in your eyes, but in truth, you are dealing with an adult.
Okay.
You are dealing with an adult in the sense that she's capable of making her own decisions. She's capable of making up her own mind. Therefore, your influence over what she does or doesn't do is limited.
Okay.
At this point in time, as a young adult, the best teacher for her is experience and consequence.
Okay.
She knows that it is not ideal to party excessively.
Okay.
She knows that to pass her modules in university, she needs to put in the time.
Okay.
She knows about the values and the morals that you tried to instill in her when she was living under your roof. She knows all of that. But whether or not she chooses to act on it is a different thing altogether. You can't make her act on it.
Okay.
She needs to get there on her own.
Seriously.
Seriously, the best teacher for somebody like that is consequence.
Okay. So you're saying to me, leave this child to drink herself to death, because I'm scared that my child will drink and end up maybe in an accident. I don't want to get that call to say your child was drinking and driving and ended up in an accident. So are you saying when she comes home drunk or he comes home drunk, I must keep quiet? Is that what you say?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is for you to realize that there's nothing that you can do to make her change her ways.
Okay.
She needs to decide to change her ways on her own for her to truly change her ways.
Okay. So on my side, you say that there's nothing I can do. I mustn't talk at all. I must just watch. Is that what
You
you're
can
saying?
talk.
Okay.
You can do a number of interventions. You can suggest that she undergoes counseling.
Okay.
You can get family members, her cousins who are of the same age group as her, to talk to her.
Okay.
You can never stop loving her and trying to be her parent.
Okay.
That you can never stop doing. But what I'm trying to say is you need to be realistic. What I'm trying to say is that you need to find some kind of peace with the situation.
Okay.
You don't want to get to a point where you become too much and you actually drive her out of the house.
Okay.
It's best that she's drunk in your house in front of you rather than being drunk in dingy alley where you don't know who she's with.
Okay. No, I get you. I really wanted your opinion, because my opinion was really on the harsh side. I believe that if you are my child and you're under my roof, you should follow my rules. And what do I mean by that? I don't expect you to be out until 2 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, and not tell me where you are. And actually, I don't expect you to do that at all. So, but the reason why I wanted your opinion is because you've gone through this recently. I went to varsity many years ago, so I don't know what is happening at varsity. Is that this situation of where my friends are finding it that the kids are out of hand is coming from. So that's why I needed you. I needed your opinion and I needed your suggestions. You know, Kore, how do we solve this problem? So
the best way to solve this problem is time. You'll find that the behavior of a first year student is different to the behavior of a final year student. A final year student has been there, done that. A final year student has gone clubbing at 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing full well that they've got a statistics exam the following day in the grade hall. They've done that before, and they've suffered the consequences where they didn't finish their degree on record time, or where they got academic exclusion. A third year student has the maturity that they have. A third year student has the discipline that they have because it was built in through time, through experience, and through disappointment.
Okay. Masego, thank you so much for your input and your advice. I really wanted it to come from somebody who's been there of recent years and somebody who doesn't have my kind of background where what I mean by that is I came from a very strict background and maybe a strict era than what you guys are going through now. So I wanted an opinion of somebody fresh from it. Thank you so much. It was nice to have you here, and hope we'll have more discussions.
Thank you, and to all parents watching this video, if you are faced with the problem of a rebellious varsity student or a rebellious teenager, all that you can do is to continue to love them as best as you can. But ultimately, these are young adults that have the ability to make up their own minds and to find their way.
Thank you, Masego.